is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We have a couple more Vlogmas videos to go through, so I'm going to try and upload both of them today. I don't know if she's doing any more for the rest of the year. If she's not, we go back to regular scheduled programming, guys. It's over, we survived! The first video we're going to be looking at today, I'm going back on semaglutide full stop. Liked, dislike, heavily against it. Top comments, ignoring mine of course. Tommy seeing this title, angry face emoji. Like they're still together. Sign up for the therapy too while you're at it. She's always in therapy. Sadly, with Amberlynn Reid, she knows better than the doctors, never listens to them. She just cries at them for a while and then she quits on them. Why bother? You'll find an excuse to stop. It's like Groundhog Day every day in your life. Yes, the title is a bit disingenuous. Her actions every year are the same. She tries to restart for the new year, goes down a bit, and then invariably finds herself back where she started at the end of the year. OMG, I'm so tired of you thinking about things instead of doing them. Just get Ozempic, go to therapy, do something. It's really not that hard. In the context of this, it is actually quite hard, because it means committing to something and actually working with it. The problem Amber has is she'll take Ozempic, and then think that means she can just do whatever she wants, eating-wise. You're meant to work with it to get the most out of it. Of course, it's not really meant to be for weight loss, nor semaglutide, but you'll do it because fad, and you apparently have a fair bit of disposable income. That viral TikTok sensation, am I right, guys? Final one, thumbs up to be included in the collective eye roll. I give it a thumb up because it deserved it. You earned that one, Kansas. Kaziz. Yes. Okay, let's dive into this train wreck, shall we?
Hello, welcome to a new Vlogmas. So there's only 2 left, folks. Today and tomorrow, which is so freaking crazy.
Is it tragic that Amber says there's 2 more of these left, knowing full well she recorded these at least 5 days earlier, meaning she has had all this time off, because that's Amber for you, having spent the majority of the month crying and phoning it in, producing very literal content, to fluke it on a viral clip on TikTok, and to sit back and fluke it even more by phoning it in. How bad is that? I've always believed in the idea of hard work paying off. Amberlynn basically does a number 2 on that.
So when you guys are watching this, it's Christmas Eve. So happy Christmas Eve. I hope that you guys have a good one.
But as is well known, established at this point, you recorded this in advance. It's weird, isn't it, to phone it in to such a degree. I mean, it's either this or you just vanish from the internet entirely for a while. But I guess Foodie Beauty's already got that one covered.
Tomorrow is Christmas Eve for me. Today's the 23rd. I have been having so much fun with Vlogmas. So
2 lies in 2 seconds. It's a personal best for you.
thank you guys so much for joining me on this ride. Another year that I did it and completed it, so yay me.
You know, the only people that usually say things like that are those who have terminal illnesses and have somehow magically managed to get to the end of the year. This is not an achievement unlocked moment situation type deal for you, Amber. There's not going to be an Xbox little pop at the bottom and you're going to see that achievement and trophy. If you did get one, I promise you, it just called you a smeghead. A lazy, self-centered smeghead.
Anyways, hello. I also want to say thank you guys so much. I am almost at 243,000 subscribers. I always gain around 800 a month, so thank you guys so much. You guys are like literally amazing.
I was going to make a snide remark about sub growth, buying subs, but Amber doesn't buy her subs. So instead I'm just going to politely welcome you, champion you, congratulate you to achieving a number similar to that of your own weight.
So Tommy told me to check the package room. She got me a lamp because I've been wanting one for my side table, and she went and got one for me. And it's so cute. It's small. It's exactly what I wanted. As you guys know, I film right here and I'm always like, oh my god, I need a lamp. Now we have one.
On behalf of the majority of your commenters and my own audience, that lamp is not doing you any favors. But it's nice to see you, your girlfriend, air quotes around that word, is still providing you with vital supplies to make your home as bestest as it can be. I'm guessing the long distance arc is going to be where this relationship resides for a time until Amber bothers to tell us that she's no longer with Tommy, and cries about it in video form because Tommy is the one true love for Amber. I can't commit to that any further.
And yes, I also got Tommy Christmas presents, but I just didn't vlog any of it.
To be honest, Amber, I don't think we care about what you got your fake girlfriend. No one cares. We didn't care what you got your family either, to be fair. But we knew you were fresh out of ideas, So when you did include it in your videos leading up to Moistmas itself, we knew you were doing it to pad your video out and get it over the 8-minute mark so you have those mid-roll ads you've been missing all month. And I'm impressed you'd spoiled Tommy rotten considering the entire time you were there, Tommy was at work, and you were busy crying in your basement. Her basement. The basement. And then you were crying about losing your cat that you're still not talking about, yet every time you talk about Tommy, your eyes twinkle. Something's really strange about that. The ability to disassociate from what you claim you love. Almost as if your affection is completely fictitious.
But I can show you some of the things I got her. So she really likes skincare and stuff like that. So I got her this turmeric clay mask, green tea clay mask, and a Dead Sea Minerals mud mask. I also got her this exfoliating glove, which I use and definitely recommend. You guys, this is like the best exfoliating glove I've ever used in my life. So I got her one of those.
I'm going to be that one person of many. You use an exfoliating glove, no issue there in the slightest. If people use them, so be it. Good luck washing those things off properly and reusing it. No, my query is, are you putting that on your hand to do your back, or are you attaching it to a broomstick? Because you're not reaching your back with an exfoliating scrub. In fact, I don't think you can reach past the top of your shoulder. I genuinely don't believe because of your frame you can get your hand behind to use it there. I don't think you can reach the small of your back either. Mostly because of your butt shelf, making it impossible to reach the key areas that would be benefited if touched by such a device. And now I've put the rather horrid image in your head, guys, of Amber showering and scrubbing. Smash the like. Thank you.
So we both also asked for a couple things for Christmas. She asked for a sketchbook and some oil pastels, so I got her both of those.
I've never really been a fan of asking what others want for Christmas, Moistmas, Sithmas, Festivus. I've always preferred to bother to know the person and get them what I think they would want and or need. What you should have done in this instance, since your relationship is true and real, you should have bought her nothing remotely connected to any of this. You should have got her a new step for her dainty queen to use. That way you can say the gift is also about you. Maybe new tyres for her truck. I doubt they've done well when you've been in the truck, so they need a little replacement here and there. Maybe suspension springs or some IOUs.
Random fact about Tommy is she is super creative and artistic, and she's really good at it. I knew she needed tongs, so I got her some tongs. And then I also know that she wanted to start over her Tupperware storage container situation type deal because she had a few missing lids, and I prefer glass storage, and I know that that was something she was interested in, so I got her some of that.
Let's be honest here. If you wanted to get Tommy anything, you should have got her a nice new pair of walking shoes, because if she's really doing what you say she's doing, she'll need them to put in the extra 20 to 30,000 steps every hour to find your cat. Yes, I'm suggesting Tommy run as well. You've put the onus on her to locate your fur baby. Well, she hasn't done very well. The cat has not been returned. It's likely your cat is no longer on this mortal coil, but since honest Lynn Reid is a liar Lynn Reid, and liar Lynn Reid is as close to honest Lynn Reid as we'll ever get, we have to settle for the fact that you'd rather fob us off. By the way, this isn't really content what you're doing right now. This is just you finding a way to pad your video out to get it to just over 8 minutes long, which it is just over.
And then I got her these 2 coloring books. It's not a typical coloring book. It's the type of coloring book where you are trying to mimic the page that's already there. So I can show you an example here. She has already colored me the rose. Like, it's so good. Like, look at that. The time it takes her to do this is insane, and how many different colors she uses and like blending techniques and like mixing colors together. I'm just like, girl, you are so talented. Like, I literally can't. I'll have to show you guys in the future some more of her artwork she has done. Like, she just leaves my jaw on the floor at how amazing she is.
I am not going to refute the abilities of an individual to colour in an image or mimic an image to then produce something that looks as good as the original. Perhaps putting it on such a vaunted pedestal might seem a bit baity, because I can imagine many within your audience, the haters, will tell you there is talent involved in colouring. There is 100% talent involved. There is not much talent involved if you didn't draw it yourself. Yes, I'm going to gatekeep on that area alone. But Amber still has blind spots and honeymoon phase perpetual with her. and now they've gone back to long distance. She's incredibly happy. So anything that Tommy does that is creative, Amber is going to buy you everything for it, or claim to. That part's important as well.
Okay guys, so update. I think I'm gonna go back on semaglutide, or I want to try tirzepatide. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Either way, they're both weight loss injections, and I'm pretty sure today I'm gonna sign up.
There are a couple reasons for this. One, because it means your mother's more involved. Two, because you can't be asked to do all the right things, and a cheat code is your only way forward. In the context of Amberlynn Reid, by the way, this is a cheat code, not everyone else. Don't try me. If you're going to be that person who's offended in the comments, you can go swivel on something. And the third reason, you made far too much money in December, so you can afford it. There's a fourth reason, you and Tommy aren't together anymore. And there's a fifth reason, because you're too close to being bedbound and you know it, so you have to bring your weight down a little. If you can get back to the 480s, you'll claim you've smashed it again. But we don't know what your starting weight is. I think, personally, 560 minimum. You're still on your path to half-ton heifer, and I will maintain that. There's no way you're under 500, and you know I'm right.
There are so many websites out there where you can get things like semaglutide, but there's only a few true reputable ones, and I have been doing research for weeks now.
Let me guess. WebMD, Amazon, Torrid, U-Haul, Mexico, and one of those quaint little Turkish doctors that totally don't maul you.
And I think I finally chose the one. I don't really feel like sharing it because I don't know what it is, but sometimes like I'm biased and I'm a super indecisive person. So if so many people come at me with like a negative aspect, which there's nothing negative about this.
I'm just going to interject for a moment. You had a minute ago told us what you were going to go on. You'd said it. You got the pronunciation wrong, but you'd said it. You say you're indecisive. Amber, you claim to have food insecurities, yet you are constantly ordering foods you've never tried, so you in a video form can, well, taste test it. And the only times you taste tested and not really shown us you eating it, they're the ones you've shoveled. Like it's actually come with a spade you'd actually dig a grave with, and you've gone, just get it in my gob, man.
But with some of the people that watch me, they create negativity out of everything. No shade. But I think we're all aware of that by now.
Don't try that, because you're very good at gaslighting. The problem you have is all the negativity is created by you failing at every cheat code under the sun. I'm sorry, but you're the type to play Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 1 to get all your weapons. Forward with shift, back with shift, rotate 3 circles to the right with shift, and jump back, and still manage to fail every single level. You could have a tank in GTA 3 flying across the map and you'd still manage to blow it up in the sky, or be run over by a stallion while in the tank. That's you. You can gaslight everyone else or blame everyone else, no shade, but the reality is it's all the shade because you genuinely think they're the problem. This is your vlog. This is your life. What you do within it, you show us. When people shade you, or question you, query what you're doing and why it's failing you every single time, you can try and fob them off with no shade, or they're manufacturing all the problems. But the reality is, the problems only come because of what you give us. If you want to tell us you're going to go on a version of Ozempic again for a third time, which you will fail again, to then not share, you have chosen what information to make available, so when you do fail, the audience will guess whatever they like. You can claim, but you're lying, when really, they're right, you colossal prat.
But anyways, I just don't want to say like what company or anything like that yet. For the sake of me like changing my mind. I don't want to change my mind. I want to go back on semaglutide. I felt at my absolute best, and right now I feel horrible.
I have been reliably informed 5,500 calories a day when you're not one of those super strong men certainly will do this. You should feel horrible, because you spent the past 3 months phoning it in. Not just with your videos, but with your health. To the point when you did come back briefly, and then fully, you were just moaning, whining, and complaining and crying. And when you're the size you're at, half-ton heifer, it's more pronounced. Usually when you're a bit bigger, age doesn't show up as much on your face. Your face, though, is betraying you like gravity has.
So I'm signing up today. Today's the day. I'm signing up. I'll take you guys on that journey. And the reason why like I haven't been talking about this is because it became such like a weird taboo subject. And I also just like haven't been vlogging. I'm still back and forth, like losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight for the last like 6 months, but I just haven't been sharing that.
Okay, so there are a couple points here that need to be raised. Firstly, you haven't been vlogging. We know. Second, your weight has been going up and down, up and down. If it's been going down at all, it's been so barely noticeable because of all the up. You signing up and wanting to take us on your journey. Go figure, you'll make it a New Year thing. To go on semaglutide again, like you did at the beginning of this year, where you'll invariably use it as a hook, eat whatever you want off camera, claiming you're doing your bestest of best with volume eating, to then invariably fail a few months later when it's no longer working or you've had too many times sat on a toilet, because that happens. Your cheat code will fail you, because like your conviction, it can only go so far.
Because really, like, I have just been like in my own little world, and I've taken a lot of stuff away from my vlogging. And with Vlogmas, I think it's like made me love vlogging again. I'm not gonna lie.
Are we just going to ignore the fact that the first 12 videos during Vlogmas were you crying? It was only when you got home to Oklahoma that you were finally happy again, even if you were missing one of your key members of your family. All the while you were showering praise at the very person who you went to see where your cat went missing, and is more than likely not with us anymore. You may say you've fallen in love with vlogging. The reality is, you're on a bit of a high because of the TikTok thing that went viral. You're on a high because you're home, because you're free, because you're able to do things again. You can try, and yes, I did sigh, because this is a little bit frustrating that you are so arrogant. You cannot admit all the wrong things, all the things that went wrong, because to do so means to share, and you don't want to share. You just want to phone it in.
It kind of has brought back a certain spark for me, and I've realized my life is my life. This is what I'm going through, and I'm done trying to like not film certain things because I'm afraid of what people are going to say. Like, I don't care.
Yes, nothing reeks of not caring more than looking down into the side. I fully expect you to go back on that, along with any promise to lose weight or vlog more, be more active in the new year. Again, you're only doing this because you got a little high from the TikTok, which was the only thing that cheered you up really, beyond going home. I assume in 2025, by the way, what'll really start a year strong will be buying a new cat. Rarity Jr. or RJ for short.
I realized I am judged regardless. I'm done thinking in my head, I'm not going to share anything about weight loss because it's been such a taboo subject. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, it is what it is. Okay, I'm fully aware this angle is hexicana, but it is what it is in this moment.
I am getting sick and tired of the word hectic. I watch Major Kill, and he uses it as well. Neither of you are young enough to get away with this, okay? Stop misusing words when it suits you. You're using my language. I are authority on this. Bish.
So I am signing up for sure today, right now. It's currently happening. It's asking me a bunch of questions because we're doing like an intake form, but it's asking what medications I'm interested in. There's a lot to choose from, but I'm going to click Ozempic, which is semaglutide, and I'm also going to click Mounjaro, which is the tirzepatide. It is super confusing to people who like don't understand, which I barely understand. But Mounjaro is the medicine, tirzepatide is the compound of it.
Yes, we got you. Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. Congratulations, you've officially enacted invincibility in some form. No one actually cares you're signing up for something or you're doing an intake form. We really don't care. The fact your system exists in such a way where you can sign up for this kind of crap tells me by nature it's quite predatory and willing to accept everyone even if they're a sad sack that's failed twice before.
Just like Ozempic is the medicine and semaglutide is the compound of it. So those are the ones I'm interested in because I'm actually scheduling an appointment with the provider. So you will be seeing a doctor and a nutritionist, which I think is so freaking awesome. I already have my doctor's appointment scheduled for the 26th.
I would say I'm excited for you, but this reeks of cold caller, window salesman territory. It's nice to know how the process works according to you, but I'm going to stand by everything I've said about this cheat code in your context. In context with you. Whatever it was. Context you, this, doodah. What's it? Thingamabob.
One day after Christmas and one day before my birthday. I think we're going to be starting the new year on a good note, gotta say.
Is it a good note if you're still closer to 600 pounds at that point, considering where you started this year at? If you start the year on your weight loss journey weighing more than what you weighed at the beginning, you will have done what you've done every single year for a long time. Convincingly, decisively, you are by definition the failure of a weight loss journey, which you've always been, but I just wanted to highlight it again. in current year.
By the way, AirPod in ear does not mean that I am FaceTiming Tommy. I am constantly listening to something, but if I'm vlogging and I have this in my ear, that just means that it's paused. I've been doing this for years. I used to have big Beats, and you guys would come for me all the time about the Beats. And then one of my exes actually got these for me. They're more small, not as noticeable, but I have these in my ear 24/7.
It's a very random segue, but this does afford us an opportunity for me to tell you, if you're vlogging and you're talking to Tommy, which you've done in a video this month, you're a trashy, unprofessional individual. An ex-girlfriend got you those. Which one? There's been a lot of them. If you're vlogging and listening to something on the side, you are unprofessional. Podcast, video, doesn't matter. You are distracting your part of your mind, which means we're not getting all of you, we're getting the part of you that can barely function. Considering how bad you are with the English language, your grasp of it is finite, it may well serve you better to give us those 2 to 3 extra brain cells so you can stop using the word hectic. We might also find that because your mind is fully operating at that point, you're less inclined to use the inflections that make you sound like a valley girl. Well, a valley girl that didn't go to school and is by definition illiterate.
It's a sensory thing. Like, I can't have it completely silent. I always have to be listening to a podcast of some sort.
Let me guess, WebMD told you to do that, didn't it? Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how this cheat code turns out for you. You do spend the rest of the video showing us a gift from for your grandmother and a piece of art that was submitted to you. Again, if you use it as a profile picture, it would be considered catfishing since it's missing one of your key ingredients, the extra chin. There will be a follow-up video today, a second one, on the 25th Vlogmas video. I don't know if she's doing any more videos this month or not. If she is, I'm going to cover them. They're going to go into that Vlogmas playlist, the 2024 Vlogmas Nontent playlist. Yeah, I've made one on this channel. Do check it out if you want to watch everything, well, every day. Otherwise, don't bother, of course. Have a wonderful day, guys, if that's even possible.